guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be covering 90 Day Fiance Season 6 Episode 3. So let's jump into it. This episode was meh. There were some good points. There were some points that were really boring. I did find that I'm excited for next episode, but this episode was very much a filler. But I still think there was enough drama in the episode. So first I want to start off with is Ashley and Jay. So Jay finally got the visa and it's time for them to go to Maryland, I guess, to go back to Ashley's home. You get to meet his family, including his dad. His dad skins. That part I was just like, whatever. You get to meet and you get to see kind of where Jay got his outgoing personality from, and you can definitely tell he gets it from his dad. Jay's very excited, and so is Ashley. One of the things that he's going to have to adjust to right away is the weather. In Jamaica, it's very hot and warm versus in Maryland, where it does get hot, but it also does get freezing cold. I've met, because I'm Jamaican, I've met Jamaican people who haven't experienced the cold before, and even sometimes hearing them talk about their dreams to go skiing and to see a real Christmas tree and stuff. It just sounds like, to me, I'm so used to it living in Canada, but to them it's just wow, I would love to see something like that. And it's something that you have to kind of remember to not take for granted, that we do have all seasons, so we get to experience all of them. Another thing that he's going to have to adjust to is living in an all-white suburban neighborhood where maybe people are more conservative, they're maybe not as outgoing. Jamaica's culture can be very lively and very just in your face type of thing, and Ashley's not giving me the vibe that that's kind of her culture or where she lives. So you already know that she doesn't live in a place that's multicultural. But I was happy to see that he seems very dedicated. He seems like he's in it. He was excited going to the house. He loved the house and how it looked and everything. He was just very, very positive. And that's the attitude you need to have when you are leaving everything behind to start over in a different country. So I commend him for that. So good on Ashley and Jay. So the next couple I want to talk about is my favorite couple. I love to eye roll all the time, is Colt and Larissa. So Larissa has this attitude that she needs to get rid of, and his mom needs to kind of snap back to reality. I say that because, okay, Larissa has been very, very negative. I don't know if she don't have Google where she lives, but it's very easy to see kind of what Vegas is, and if you notice, it's only really the Strip. Aside from the Strip, and you cannot live on the Strip, what do you think it's like? No, these people don't FaceTime and show them the house they're gonna live in. If I'm gonna have to pick up and leave and stay with you and stuff, you better give me a tour of the house. When I go to Airbnbs, I give my family the tour of where I'm staying and stuff. When you're in a hotel, you give the tour of where you're staying and stuff. These people don't give each other tours. It's just kind of yeah, you're gonna be living in a house in Vegas. Can't wait to see ya. There's no chemistry. There's no love between them. I've yet to see them kiss or even touch intimately. Even an arm around them or a waist hug. I don't see any of that. I just see very much hey, hey, we're together type of thing. And I'm not buying it. Larissa is right about the decor. The decor in Colt's house is atrocious. It lacks furniture. It lacks great decor. Seeing the snowman in the corner versus the slot machine there. The no couch thing. And I understand what Colt was saying, like, oh, I want us to pick a couch together and stuff. But, like, even his bedroom wasn't all that great and stuff like that. And, like, I don't expect him to be an interior designer or anything, but, like, come on, like, make the place look a little bit lively and stuff. Like, make me want to stay here. Make me feel like I've made the right decision. And I remember, was it Colt's mom, like when she met Larissa and she started crying, she said there was happy tears and she's so happy he found someone. I don't think they were happy tears. I think they were like he's not gonna be my little boy anymore. Now I'm being replaced. Like, I felt like she's finally realizing it because she sees this woman in the flesh that, like, you are not number one anymore. And I think that, like, freaked her out. So, Colt's mom asked Larissa, do you want to eat something? And she's very cold and like, no, I'm not hungry, I'm just gonna stay in my bed all day. And, like, Colt is trying to be, like, the mediator and saying, like, you know what, maybe she needs her space, let's just calm down, let's just chill out and just relax. But I could tell that, like, Colt was like, what the F, Larissa, like, you could have been, like, nice to my mom. And I do agree. They spend the night, they wake up in the morning, and, like, Larissa is like, you know, there's gonna be some changes that are gonna take place in the house. Like, she just kept saying that, like, there's changes that need to be made. First things first, with breakfast. And okay, she lied about cooking, which it's not a big deal because you can learn how to cook type of thing. So she lies about the cooking and she cooks for him and stuff. I was trying to make sure if the egg was cooked because I don't like my egg really yolky and stuff. But anyways, he looks like he likes the breakfast and stuff, and she's like, I'm gonna make some for your mom and stuff, call her down. And then, like, the mom is like, oh, well, you know, he doesn't really eat bread type of thing. Like, ma'am, Miss Debbie, like, he's a grown man. He can decide what he wants to eat and stuff. And I'm sure if Larissa said, like, let me make bread, and he doesn't eat bread, he would have said something. Like, Colt's not one to be like, oh, I'm not gonna say anything. So you could tell that, like, she spoiled him way too much. And another thing that I agree with Larissa is the pets on the bed. Like, I have my pup here too, but he doesn't live on my bed. My bed is my bed. He has his own bed type of thing, and you kind of have to separate it because you don't want your pet to be dependent on like your bed or that area type of thing. It's very, very hard to deal with them when they become attached. My aunt's pet currently sleeps with her, and she won't allow anybody on the bed when my aunt's on the bed. And, like, that's no way to live. So I totally understand where she's coming from with the pet situation, but I talked about them for so long, so let's just move on. So let's do Jonathan and Fernanda. So I am loving Fernanda. Fernanda is someone that I can relate to. She seems like maybe she could be a little bit of a hothead, maybe a little jealous. She has a lot of passion, but I felt bad for her this episode. She is young. She misses her family. She was not only a big sister, but almost looks like a mother figure to her younger siblings, because they look like they're very young. They're not like 20 type of thing. They are like kids, and her family cannot get visas to go to the wedding, and like that hurts. Like, she would love her family there, and she can't have that. and like she breaks down and stuff, and like I felt bad for her because I'm sure that she would love her family to be there, and like that's Jonathan's cue to step in and be her support system because she has no one. She only has him. She knows no one, and she feels it. Before that scene, there was the other scene where she went shopping with Danny, and she kind of wants to know more about Jonathan and like what he used to be and like his bachelor days type of thing. And Danny surprisingly like reassures her that like Jonathan did tell me in the past he didn't want to get married and stuff, but like, you know, people change, and I like you and you seem like you're very good for him and stuff. And then Fernanda opens up to her and tells her about the whole thong incident, and she says something. What does she say? She says something to the tune of like, I've been like keeping that inside because I had like no one to share it with, no one to tell, no one to talk to, and I like felt it for her because I'm just like, she doesn't have that like one girlfriend that she's just like, girl, let me tell you this story type of thing. She just has to deal with things and like argue and then just like keep them in. She can talk to her friends and stuff, but they're not in the country, they're not here, so it's hard for her to talk to someone, and I really feel for her when it comes to that. Sorry about that, my battery was gonna die, so I had to change my battery. But that was it with Jonathan and Fernanda, so let's get into Kalani and Asuelo. So, Asuelo, like I love you. You seem so genuine. He seems like that type of person that is really like genuine. I don't know, like I was feeling it for him. And like Kalani needs to like step up her game. I'm sorry. I feel like every scene I was watching with her family, it was like, it was like 3 against 1 type of thing, or it's sometimes 4 against 1 because like Kalani doesn't say anything. So before they meet her family for dinner, they spend some time together, and like he is basically breaking down to her that like he's so sorry for leaving her in this type of situation. He wasn't there initially, and like he wants her to know that like I am here to be a father to my son. I love you so much, and like I want us to be a family. And like tips for guys, like reassuring a girl is like one of the best things you can do, because like as a woman you have these like doubts and you think about like I don't know, you might think about like scenarios, and like you might think the worst, and like you just sometimes need that like reassuring voice to be like, you know what, you're good, everything's okay. And like he was crying, like he really like meant, I felt like he meant from the bottom of his heart what he was saying. And it wasn't like oh, there's cameras here so I have to be like emotional. He's loving America, he's loving California, and even though he's like, it's different, he's like, you know what, I love it. And it really seems like his son is warming up to him, so I'm very happy with that. So, okay, so let's fast forward to the dinner. So you have her mom. Her mom is kind of neutral, but like her mom is like secretly on like her dad's side. I feel like her dad is very reserved, and he has every right to be, but I also think that like he needs to get to know this man. I can understand if this man left his daughter, called the daughter out of her name, or is starting to creep back up into the child's life. I can understand that, where you're just kind of like hesitant, standoffish, but like his father is so standoffish, and like for her, I feel like it's like her father's a hypocrite to be like, well, I wanted her to marry someone with, like, I guess better off, when like what if your wife's family thought the same thing? What did your wife's family think bringing a Samoa guy home? And I'm sure that by the time you were with her mom, you didn't have all this stuff that you have now. Like it takes time and stuff. And what are you saying about your daughter? She not only, I don't know, got with him and stuff, she got pregnant and stuff. Like she likes this guy. Like stop. I feel like he's like putting on his I don't know, he's just like, he's like messing with her mind, and I feel like he needs to step back and like let her be a woman and a mom. Like I can understand if she was like 22 and you're just like, come on, I need to guide you, you're young, but like no, she's like 30 or whatever. Like she likes this man that doesn't really have much money and stuff. Like just accept it. He wants to be there. So you have her dad, and then you have her sister, Colini. I don't know why they made their names so similar. Where she is just like standoffish, like rude. I don't know if hate is a strong word, but like Kalani says that like she hates him, and I feel like it's Kalani's job to repair that relationship, especially if Kalani's saying, oh, you know, it was kind of fabricated, like blah blah blah, because your sister hates your man to the point that like you guys can't live together in the same house, and you have to rent a house just for you guys to kind of coexist. And like it shouldn't be that way. And her sister, like I noticed that her sister wasn't saying anything and stuff, and I was just like, okay, fine, don't say nothing. But then like she's saying stuff like, you know what, I was like his father, I was there. His father wasn't dead. His father didn't abandon him. His father just couldn't be there, type of thing. Sometimes other people step in to take care of other people. I didn't step in, but I'm older. I'm the oldest child, so I took care of my siblings. But I never thought that like I'm watching my siblings and then my mom comes back like, you know, I was the mother to this sibling and I was there and you weren't there because you were at work. Like, it just sounds really dumb. And like, this is not like 5 years old where this kid doesn't even know him and stuff like that. This is 5 months. Like, I'm sure if he had the power, he would have got down to America sooner. But like 5 months, this kid is not going to remember any of this type of stuff. And I feel like it's Kalani's job to mend that relationship, because I really liked that, even though it was so awkward, and like, I don't know, these people just love awkward situations, that like Asuela was like, you know, hi, how's everything going? Like, how was your day? Like, he's trying to, and like he professed to the family again that like, I am here in the long run. Like, I want us to be a family. I want this to work. I want to be a father to my son. Like, how much times can he say that before they believe him? Like, Kalani needs to step up her game and defend her man, because I feel like she's like in the corner over here while like you leave him out to dry, and like she shouldn't do that. So she needs to get her act together. Next, I'll talk about Eric and Lita. There really wasn't much to talk about when it comes to them. He took them out. They're waiting for her mom, her dad, and her brother to arrive. I don't know exactly what they're trying to scope out, because they said they had met Eric already, so it's not like they haven't met him. And they're visiting him in a place he doesn't even live, so there's not really a good indication to tell like whether this man is for your daughter if you it's not like you haven't met him before and you're visiting a place he doesn't live in. So I don't know how that's gonna work. It was cracking me up when they went to the market, that like open market, and he got that one chili cheesesteak for them. I was like, you could have got two. That looked like as big as like a sub here. And I was like, you could have got more. Lita definitely seems high maintenance, and I don't know, she needs to learn, like, she's grown. She needs to learn how to take care of herself. It looks like she just really depends on a lot of people, and, like, she needs to learn how to take care of herself. So, that's kind of all with them. It's kind of boring. Anyways, okay, so last but not least, we have Steven and Olga. So, Steven finally arrives in Russia, gets to meet Olga. He hasn't seen her in 9 months. He wants to be there for the birth of her child. For these two young people, they act like internet doesn't exist and like Google doesn't exist. I don't know what it's like to have a child because I do not have one. But let me tell you, I don't know, Google things that babies need, things to buy for babies. Google 9 months pregnancy, how are you feeling, how to make you feel comfortable. Google the currency in Russia, things like that, the medical policies there. Like, it's just like they're kind of like, I want to see each other, I want to see you, I want to see me, like, sorry, I want to see you, I want to see you, let's come and see each other, like, da-da-da. And like, there is no research into this. I was very, very disappointed in Steven with the little things he brought, because Walmart is not that expensive for you to buy things in bulk there and have for her. And then Olga, like, how do you don't have anything for your kid type of thing. You can't rely on him. Like, did you guys discuss how much money you guys are planning on spending on this baby and stuff like this? You can't just bank on like, oh, Steve's gonna come here and he's gonna spend money on the baby and stuff. Which I found out the 9,000 ruble was like about like 136 bucks Canadian. I mean, sorry, American. Which, that's a lot for someone who's a waiter and doesn't really have a steady income. You get to learn that it's different when they give birth. It's not like, I'm in labor, I need to give birth. It's like, you're going to give birth soon, so let's check in and let's like make sure you're at the hospital already, and you're just gonna kind of wait until the baby comes. They have a rule that like the men can't be there and stuff like this. And Steven wants to be there, which I commend him, and like Olga needs to make that happen because he wants to be there for the birth of his son, and I don't blame him. But they were just really acting naive, and like they acted like Google didn't exist. It was like getting on my nerves. And like, Olga, like, you don't have money, neither does he. Stop looking at don't get me wrong, the suits were very cute and the monkey's very cute, but you gotta look at like practical things for your baby. And I feel like that's where you can kind of see them. That's where you can see them clashing. But they both need to grow up. So I don't know. Hopefully, time will tell with them. But like I was saying, this episode was like meh, not too bad, not too good. Colt definitely keeps me entertained every week. So I'm very grateful for his segments. But that's the end of my recap of 90 Day Fiance Season 6, Episode 3. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just a dumb cunt, fucking sick and tired of it. Maybe I could front look, maybe I could buy a zip, maybe I get fucked up. Next time I could save some. Why it's gotta be like this? Why it's gotta be that way? Put it inside. Feel so rise up, banging on that loud.